Yo everybody, what's going on? This is Keegan from Kman Reviews. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe button, and if you have any opinions at all that you would like to share, make sure to leave them down in the comment section. Cavetown, Animal Kingdom. Cavetown is the alias of English singer, songwriter, channel veteran Robin Skinner. We're back at it again, another viewer request, another Cavetown project to cover. In case you're curious, I have reviews of Sleepyhead, Lemon Boy, the self-titled, along with the Dear EP, all on this channel. They will all be links in the corner for you to check them out. But now, we're here with an unexpected entry, the 2019 collaborative mixtape, Animal Kingdom. So this project is a little bit of an anomaly, the release of it especially. It's technically a series of 5 2-track EPs inside of it. Each EP features one song performed by Cavetown, and the other is performed by a guest with a production credit from Cavetown, hence the collaborative aspect of it all. So you know what, let's just dive right in. What are my thoughts on Animal Kingdom? Let's find out as I review it track by track. Since the release of these EPs is the chronological track list, we will just start at the top of it, with that being Juliet, opening up with a gentle acoustic guitar, building up with these light synth pops in the background and some other dense chiptune ones later on. The percussion is also very nice. It's hazy yet powerful and commands the rhythm well. I am a little bit disappointed the song didn't morph into an electric jam like Lemon Boy did, but even at the 4.5 minutes this song is, the constant development and the addition of all these new layers is very engaging. Lyrically, I'm pretty sure this is a song tackling depression, being exhausted, numb, constantly knocking yourself down mentally, and struggling to find the people you love, hence the name of the song, Juliet. Very nice track. Lullaby, performed by Simi, has a very similar energy to Juliet. The gentle buzzing of the guitar opens the track and kind of keeps going for the rest of the song. The instrumental doesn't really flesh itself out like Juliet did, aside from some cute chimes that ring in the background, but honestly the breeziness of the guitar is the perfect accompaniment for Simi's voice, which is so delicate and soft on the ears. It's a very pleasant song which matches the title, and speaking of which, the lyrics kind of play out like this heartfelt lullaby. This partner has trouble sleeping, but she reassures them that she'll be watching over them to keep them comfortable. Really nice song. Boys Will Be Bugs, probably the biggest hit from this mixtape, and for good reason too. This is really damn good. The guitar really sticks out in this one in comparison to the previous tracks. The plucking feels heartier and the percussion has a good snap to it. Robin's vocals also kind of deviate from this traditional calm energy, this time amplified to coincide with the punchier instrumental. The lyrics here also shine, being about toxic masculinity, how men are expected to be stoic and emotionally resilient when that's really just the furthest thing from the truth. As Robin expresses on the song, he doesn't want to conform into that stereotype. Fantastic song, honestly might just be one of the best from him I've ever heard. Waves (Piano) by Chloe Moriondo and Shortly is actually a strictly piano stylized version of one of her songs titled Waves, which I did listen to for this. The original is on ukulele, and I think I actually prefer the piano rendition purely because I think the piano works better with Chloe's vocals. She's got a deeper tone that benefits the richness that a piano presents. The structure is pretty minuscule for a 3-minute song, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then right into an outro. I personally would have liked to seen it developed a bit more, maybe another verse, maybe just a second chorus to flesh the track out just a little bit more. Lyrically, it's a song dealing with mental illness, wanting to go back to a time where she didn't have to deal with all of it, using the waves as a metaphor for these emotions just being non-stop. I like how it's written, but on a sonic level, I just wish it was expanded more. Advice is really this full, elaborate musical adventure of a song, starting off with a guttural bass and eerie keys before morphing unexpectedly into this heavy vibe with the electric guitar, steady percussion, foggy trap skitters, and more keys, before evolving yet again into this acoustic jam, much more akin to the Cavetown I remember. The groove is much more loose going forward, the percussion isn't as impactful, but Robin's vocals certainly are, as he's joined by some nice harmonies to sing about how frustrating it can be to deal with people who try to empathize about your own personal struggles when they really don't know a damn thing. This is a highlight for sure. Great song. Noise in My Head by Spooky Ghost Boy is an alright track, though honestly it's probably the weakest on the mixtape. It's got a slow, enchanting feel to it with the sheer weight of the guitar in the mix, the light, sandy percussion, and the palpitating synth. I will say it has a hypnotic effect to it, however my biggest issue with the song is that it just kind of has a lack of identity, because this track just really sounds like a Cavetown song, most notably in the vocals. I was genuinely shocked to find out that it actually wasn't Cavetown singing this one. The only way I could really distinguish a difference is if I really paid attention and noticed that his vocals were slightly deeper, but really that's about it. Lyrically, the track plays out like a series of events as he's burdened by this pestering voice in his head, going up the stairs, getting to bed, calling a friend. It's a good track, I'm not arguing that at all. But in the full mixtape context, it's not really memorable. Self-Control is actually a cover of the Frank Ocean song of the same name, so as I do with covers, I will try to keep it brief. Comparing the two, I'm sorry, there is absolutely no comparison. Frank Ocean's is the better song. It is such a beautiful track, but Cavetown's version adds a whole new dynamic. Where Frank's version is soulful, angelic with its strings, it's such an otherworldly experience. This one feels a lot more intimate and personal, no ethereal instrumentation or sweeping grandiosity, instead the muted vocals, the feathery guitars, and a calm vibe, although that solo is truly special. This version is very solid, but if I'm listening to one or the other, Frank's wins any day. HH by Mario Golf is a song I found to be truly amazing, probably my favorite out of all the guest songs here. Something instantly worth mentioning is his voice. It's deep, it's robust, it's striking. It's an ear-grabbing voice for sure that sticks out over this instrumental, which is great. I like the leisurely groove of it, the lumbering percussion, the strings for the chorus, the meek plucks of the guitar, but also the latter moments with the more manic riff peeking through the mix, gradually building up to this climax with a finale of twinkling synth and an unnatural ambience to close the song. This one really captured me. Great track. Hug All Your Friends, the longest track on this mixtape, just scraping over 5.5 minutes, and it's actually a remake of one of his old songs of the same title, which I could not find anywhere for the life of me, so this is really all I get to go by. And it honestly feels like it could have fit nicely on Sleepyhead. The instrumental is very quaint and warm. The ukulele, the oscillating synths, and the beating of the bass for the percussion, that just sounds like a heartbeat. Robin's vocals fit this beat as well with a comforting tone, as these lyrics are just really nice, mainly revolving around being sure to give your friends a hug every now and then. Life is too short, and you never know what they could be going through and how reassuring it could be to them. By the way, quick PSA, make sure to give the people close to you a hug. Spread the love, you never know if they might actually need it. Anyway, great song. And finally, the closer, Somebody's Baby by Sydney Gish, has a nice bit of energy to close off the record. The staccato electric guitar strums are nice, the drums feel very authentic, and Sydney's vocals have that kind of roughness to them, as the entire thing has arguably the heaviest rock vibes on the entire mixtape, which really works for me. There's not really any build-up to the song though, and I think this would have been great with some kind of solo or an impassioned vocal performance, but as it stands, not a bad closer. Overall, this mixtape was a good listen all around. Cavetown easily stole the show with this one though. His tracks were the highlights here. They were more memorable and felt more developed too. The featuring guests were pretty good for the most part. There were times where they kind of didn't stand out as much, and that does lead to the biggest flaw with this mixtape in my opinion. There's a strong sense of homogeneity to some of these songs. Plus, let's face it, it was also pretty heavily front-loaded. The back half was pretty hit or miss, but as a whole, a good endeavor from Cavetown, even if I think it's the weakest I've heard from him to date. I'm feeling about a 6.5 out of 10 on this mixtape. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.